Hi guys, welcome to the new Classique podcast. My name is Ariana Coleman and I will be your host for the new Classique podcast. Honestly, it is so nice to meet you guys. I guess kind of. Whoever is out there listening, hi, how are you? It's great to meet you and I'm so glad that you found this podcast. A little bit about me, of course. My name is Ariana Coleman. I go by Ari, and I am a content creator, a marketing coordinator, a freelancer, a writer. Honestly, put any type of creative field on to me and it would fit perfectly. I'm the definition of a multi-hyphenate, and I'm young, in my 20s, and living in Los Angeles, California. Today, we're gonna kind of go over what this is gonna be about. I originally started the New Classique podcast as a lifestyle blog. I started it whenever I was studying abroad in Paris, my junior year of college, and I actually worked at a small magazine on campus. We worked on their online segment called the Peacock Plume. Shout out to the Peacock Plume. And that's where I actually found my passion for writing and honestly found out that I was kind of good at it. And so later on during that semester, I started my blog, the New Classique blog post, and the name kind of came easily to me. And so during that time, I started writing about kind of things that I was doing while I was traveling in Paris, different small trips that I went on, different styles that I really enjoyed, different lifestyle pieces that I kind of went through myself, anything from dating to friends, I have covered it. And I just really enjoyed that. So flash forward 3 years. Now, on the actual anniversary of when I first launched the New Classique blog, I am now launching the New Classique podcast, and I am so excited about it. So I'm ready for you guys to take this journey with me. So let's get into the 3 questions that we're going to have on this podcast for always: the what, the why, and the how. And today we're talking about the podcast. So what is the New Classique? The New Classique podcast, in terms of what it is going to be an advice podcast hosted by me, and we are going to be focusing on a new topic every single week, well, bi-weekly, because that's whenever this podcast will be releasing on a bi-weekly schedule. And we'll be talking about a new topic, and we'll be focusing on things from imposter syndrome in the workplace to, I don't know, the toxic friend that you are trying to let go of, but you just can't seem to be done with. We'll cover everything, and it's gonna be hard sometimes. I'm not always the most warm and fuzzy, but I always try and be incredibly empathetic and sympathetic to the needs of my audience and also to the needs of myself. So why am I doing this podcast? Well, I don't know. As a young 20-something out here, 23, I find that we are often launched into the world with not a lot of guidance or advice, at least not something that's usable to us. And I've kind of become the wise old woman of many of my friend groups. Sometimes I'm called the mom. A couple of my friends even called me Mama Ari. And I not only love giving advice, but I love talking through scenarios with people, talking through their life, what they want to do, and kind of helping them kind of figure things out. I do the same thing with myself in my head, and I kind of just do that out loud with people in general. And so I think that's why I created the New Classique podcast. Although the blog is a great place for me to kind of jot down my thoughts, it doesn't provide that kind of feedback I want with an audience. It's a lot less instantaneous. With the New Classique podcast, I want you to kind of hear my voice, hear how I'm saying it, and kind of treat me like I'm that friend in the car next to you, or sitting across from you at dinner, or kind of chilling next to you on the beach. I want to give advice to us as who we are right now, and I kind of think of it as the advice podcast that we all needed whenever we were 16 years old and we had no idea what was going on, but we were convinced that we knew exactly what we had going on. And honestly, I wish somebody had told me back then that I didn't know anything, because it would have cause a lot less heartache now, but this is why we create this platform. And as a Black young woman in today's society, I feel like there is no one better than to talk about this than me right now. And I'm going to say it. That's me being confident. So how are we going to do this? I hinted at it earlier. This is a bi-weekly podcast, so it'll be posted every other week, not every week. I'm a working woman. I've got a lot of things going on, but I want to be able to do this and give you the content that you deserve in the way that you deserve it. So allow me to post every other week so that I can really dig into a subject that I really want to talk about and give you the best information that I can possibly give you, and not just kind of like half-ass something, because I never want that to be the case. On top of that though, sometimes I'll even have guests come on the show with me. Sometimes I'll have somebody come on and we'll be talking about mental health within the Black community, and other times I'll have somebody come on and we'll be talking about how to overcome being a young woman in the performance industry. There's so many topics I want to cover. Maybe I'll have my best friend on and we'll talk about dating apps and how, honest to God, trash they are. But that's how we're going to do this. And that's how I want to do this. I want it to be personal. And other times, it'll just be me just talking. A lot of times, it'll just be me. It'll just be me talking to you guys and kind of just making that one-on-one FaceTime with you guys. So I'm honestly incredibly excited for you guys to just get a hold of this podcast, really clutch your fingers into it and start getting to know me, and also start getting to know yourself. This is a journey. Advice is not something that I take as, I perfected it and now I'm giving it to you. Advice is what I take and I have learned from and grown from and continue to grow from. And now I'm sharing kind of what my experience of it is with you so that you can also learn and grow from it. It's not an instant switch. It's not an instant change. It's a continuous growth. And that's why I want the New Classique podcast to be for all of us. I want it to be continuous growth so that we can reach our best selves. And so I'm excited for you guys to take this journey with me. I'm incredibly nervous, but I think that just kind of comes par for the course of trying something new. But I'm glad that you guys are doing this with me, and I can't wait to see what we discover along the way. And until next time, stay classic. Hey guys, if you're still craving some good content, then head over to our Instagram at The New Classique on Instagram. That is at The New CLASSIQUE on Instagram. You can also find us on our home site, www.thenewclassique.com. There you can see some blogs, read up on some things, and learn a little bit more about me. On Instagram, you can also DM me some of your burning questions, and if you don't want to DM me, you can always email it to thenewclassique.blog@gmail.com. That is thenewclassique.blog@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you guys, and we would love to solve some of your advice questions, and even maybe do an episode centered around some of your most burning questions. So keep that in mind. And until then, you guys, stay classic and talk to you guys soon.